respect for age or monarchy. And when a fire's fuel is our very heritage, our traditions, our religious icons, it's the whole of humanity that suffers. When faced with such unthinkable losses, firefighters are often moved to heroic deeds to save our irreplaceable treasures from the fiery inferno. It's an image burned into the hearts of believers the world over. A piece of cloth that when new, fetched mere pennies, but is now considered one of the most irreplaceable treasures on earth. For millions, the images on the shroud correspond to the imprints of a crucified body. For many, it is positive proof that Jesus Christ existed in mortal form. The shroud has had a fiery history. Twice in the 16th century, it was nearly destroyed by fire. In 1532, when saved by nuns, the shroud's silver casket got so hot that the metal melted, scorching the rolled-up cloth. In 1578, the shroud was moved to its current home in Turin, Italy, and housed within the San Giovanni Cathedral. While the city sleeps, sparks begin to fill the night air. A witness sees what looks like 1 million fireflies lighting up the chapel's dome and calls the fire department. Firefighters arrive within minutes, but the San Giovanni Cathedral is already fully engulfed. Inside, large pieces of glass and marble begin to fall onto the display case holding the shroud. Consisting of multiple layers of bulletproof glass, the case can only be opened by turning 4 handles in a specific pattern of moves, like a giant combination lock. Father Don Caballo knows the secret procedure.
With the 4 handles, it takes time. Under normal conditions, it would take half an hour.
But these are not normal conditions. The ceiling rains deadly debris on the firemen as they try to work the mechanism. Michele Ferraro, regional commander of the Turin Fire Department, faces a dilemma.
Because the shroud was so close to the flame, we worried that it was already damaged. Then we wondered how we would save it.
Frustrated, the firemen must make a difficult decision. With the assessment that the entire dome may collapse very soon, breaking through the many layers of bulletproof glass may be the only hope of saving the shroud. Fireman Mario Trematore takes up a sledgehammer and rushes into the burning cathedral. At first, his blows seem to do nothing. But Trematore keeps swinging the sledge like a wild man. Fueled by his passion to save the shroud, Trematore attacks the inner case, his hands now sliced and bleeding from the shards of splintered glass. The glass begins to shatter, and then fall. The exhausted Trematore finally smashes an opening through the inner container, and the silver case that holds the shroud is pulled out. Trematore and his fellow firemen hoist the 4-foot silver box onto their shoulders and rush to the door. Outside, a crowd of several thousand have gathered in the plaza, anxiously awaiting news of the shroud. Suddenly, a great cheer rises as Trematore and his fellow firefighters carry the case through the doorway. Immediately, the shroud is brought to the Archbishop of Turin's residence, where it is opened to check for water damage. There is none. The priceless icon is safe. Now, over 200 firefighters turn their hoses on the fire, keeping it from spreading out from the cathedral and sweeping through the historic city. Finally, at 4:30 that morning, the blaze is brought under control. Turin awakens to mixed emotions. The shroud has been spared, and the city saved. But the magnificent dome of Gorini has been gutted, along with sections of the adjoining royal palace. Irreplaceable art worth millions of dollars has been destroyed. And great cracks in the cathedral have formed, requiring immediate anchoring before restoration can begin. The enigma of the shroud may never be settled. But for fireman Mario Trematore, when asked how he could break through a seemingly impenetrable barrier, the devout believer replied, "The glass can stop the bullets. It cannot stop the strength of the symbol inside." Just as Trematore's determination saved the Shroud of Turin, it is the courage of firefighters around the globe that ensures the survival of our irreplaceable treasures.